How's it going, everyone? The Trout91 here, back for the Sassuolo playthrough. This is episode number 24. If you missed the last episode, click the link in the description down below or click the card in the top right hand corner. In the last episode, we played 4 games, the first of which was against Inter Milan, where we unfortunately lost 4-1, Gary Hooper being the man who scored the only goal for ourselves. We then came up against Chievo, where we looked very clinical in front of goal, Gary Hooper being the talisman, scoring a hat-trick, and Emmanuel Emenike scoring our 4th. In the third game, we played Cagliari, which proved to be a tough opponent to break down, but again, it was Gary Hooper who scored the only goal of the game to get us the 3 points. We then had another Titan to fare up against in the episode. Juventus was the team we were coming up against, and we tried a few tactical changes that didn't work out, and we lost 3-0. Now, in today's episode, our first match is against Crotone. Crotone is sitting bottom of the league at the moment, so I fancied our chances going into this, and we are currently 2 points ahead of Torino, depending on the fixture that they have coming up. Now, unfortunately, after the last episode, Duncan will be suspended and Magnanelli is currently out injured. We decided to return to the familiar tactic we have employed throughout most of the season, Ricci actually dropping into the team instead of Berardi this time around. It took us a while to get a goal for ourselves. 53 minutes was roughly the time it took, without Crotone having a single shot at our goal, whether it was on target or off. Danny Ings opened up the scoring to give us an advantage. The advantage was quickly doubled through Politano, who scored in the 65th minute. And then just before the end of the game, Stefano Sensi managed to bag the 3rd goal of the afternoon. Now, this is a big game coming up. Our second match of the episode was against Napoli. As it stands, we were 6 points ahead of them in the table. A win here could pretty much seal our hopes of a Europa League spot in the competition next year. However, we do remember what happened earlier on in the season when Napoli absolutely mugged us off and made us look extremely average. So we had to be careful coming into this matchup. Emmanuel Emenike being out for the rest of the season wasn't particularly a big help. 2 to 3 months out with a slipped disc. Now, Stefano Sensi also picking up a suspension for too many yellow cards. Fortunately, Duncan will be back from his suspension. Now, we also swapped out Ricci for Berardi in this game, and it's about time Berardi started contributing to the team in a game that really mattered, as we managed to score within 5 minutes of the game against Napoli. Berardi, the man scoring on this occasion. Now, honestly, Napoli just did not look up for this game. Berardi again causing them troubles, as a goal actually deflected off Calibali and was given as an own goal in the end, and we were 2-0 up and comfortably cruising. And things didn't really get much better for Napoli. They made it very hard for them to actually come back into this game, as Allen got sent off just after half-time. And with that win in the bag, we put ourselves 9 points ahead of Napoli. We put ourselves 6 points ahead of Torino as well. So Europa League is looking very good at this point in time, with so many games left in the season. Our next matchup was against Lazio. Only some slight disappointing news is the fact that Antti is out injured. Now, I was very happy with how the side got on against Napoli and decided to keep things the same coming up against Lazio. Now, we started off very well in this game. Again, very early doors, we managed to score a goal through Pellegrini. However, half an hour later, Acerbi with a terrible defensive clearance, I'm not even sure what he was trying there, led to Bolde scoring the equaliser. And the mistakes came again. Peluso smashing the ball off of Felipe Anderson's leg for Immobile to tuck in to make it 2-1 to Lazio. We threw ourselves forward to try and get the equaliser and get the points that we deserved out of this matchup. And it was Berardi who finished at the far post from a Politano cross to get us the 2-2 draw. Oh, but it wasn't done there. Lazio hit us on the counter-attack. Bolde linking up with Immobile, and he managed to score his 2nd goal of the afternoon and Lazio's 3rd. And with us pouring our men forward, it was only a few minutes later that the exact same kind of goal happened on the counter-attack. Bolde linking up with Immobile to score his hat-trick of the evening. And a disappointing result off the back of some very promising football we've been playing led to a Lazio win 4-2. Now, that obviously meant that Torino had the opportunity to catch up, just 3 points separating us now. The good news on the back of that is that Napoli dropped points as they drew in their game, so they're still very much far apart from ourselves. And so we come into our last game of the episode, Sampdoria, a team who I don't think are particularly impressive, and we should be getting all 3 points when we are at home. Again, we ran with the same lineup coming into this matchup. No goals were scored, and it looked like Sampdoria were playing the better football in today's matchup. and it showed as they scored from a set piece, the corner being turned in by Ricky Alvarez. 20 minutes later, we got our reward as Duncan managed to tuck in at the near post from a Nicholas Frey cross to get us on level terms. But fortune was not on our side, as all of the defense broke down. Ricky Alvarez trying a first-time shot that deflected off a Cherby and went into the goal. And as a result, we lost our matchup, and we lost the very important ground we had between us, Torino, and Napoli. Last two games were very frustrating after we were making such progress, and we come into next episode with 3 games left. Those 3 will decide whether we'll be in Europa League and where we will finish up in the league table. Now, I do again apologise for the lack of live commentary gameplay in this episode. Again, I'm having a very busy week at the moment, and I just needed to get these videos done and dusted and out for you guys. Sunday will be the last episode of the season, so we will see the climax and the conclusion of our hard work throughout the season. And for those of you who are wondering, Trout's Daily Drink, apple and blackcurrant, Robinson squash. Although I've almost finished it, so I am weeing like a racehorse right now. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Do drop a like rating if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't done already, and I'll see you for the next one on Sunday. Peace out.